something that I believe that the Sacramento politicians are beginning to feel the heat. So we're gonna keep the pressure on, because home ownership is absolutely one of the most wonderful opportunities for people to have a home, but also to have an opportunity to build equity and to have a future. And when California puts barriers on having the opportunity to build, to buy a home, they put a lid on people's dreams, and we think that's why there's so much opposition to this, and why I think it's beginning to get traction. So we're going to keep it up, and I appreciate you coming and helping us do that, and thank you for what you do. We'll get started. Welcome. First of all, I wanted to thank all the media for being here. This is really an important issue. And what AB 199 will do is essentially put home ownership out of the realm of possibility for literally millions of Californians. And we're going to get into some of the details here. But home ownership provides an opportunity to have a home, but also to build equity, to have the opportunity of moving from poverty to the middle class, to the upper middle class and beyond. Stories abound of people who have been able to buy a home to then have equity and have a life. Many, many people have an opportunity to buy their first home and then their second, third, and fourth. And it's always stepping up. And when the time comes, when the equity in that home is needed, it is there, and people can choose a retirement. They can help their kids through college. They can be generous with it. That's what is at stake here. I want to first of all thank the attendees for being here. Behind me, you see a rising tide of opposition to this bill because of the damage it will do to people who want to buy a home in California. Clovis Mayor Bob Whalen is here. Clovis Mayor Pro Tem Drew Bessinger is here. Vong Manitoua, City Council Member from Clovis. Building Industry Association of Fresno and Madera, the Fresno Association of Realtors, the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, the Clovis Chamber of Commerce, the Fresno Chamber of Commerce, Benchmark Communities, Bonadelli Homes, D.R. Horton, Generation Commercial, Gary McDonald Homes, Granville Homes, KB Homes, Lance Cashin, Lennar Homes, Valley Pacific Builders, Wilson Homes, Wathen Castanos Homes, Valley Development Company. A special thank you to Lennar Homes for this site and for the opportunity to be here and to use it. Let's give Lennar a hand. We appreciate this opportunity to be here. Let's start out with where we are in California with respect to home ownership. California's home ownership is 49th out of all 50 states and is at the lowest level since 1940. And it is because of laws like AB 199. The state of California has continued to build barrier upon barrier upon barrier to affordability, and we are seeing the consequences all around us. AB 199 would change the law in California to force home builders to pay prevailing wage on privately financed single and multi-family residential projects. It would impact commercial and industrial development as well. This is the consequence. It could increase the cost of a home by something like $60,000. The estimates are that something like 40% increase in the cost of a home. Report after report ranks California as the toughest state for first-time homebuyers. I want us to think about this for a minute. There are many of us who have some gray hair and a few miles on the chassis. We were able to buy our first home quickly when we were married. Our kids and our grandkids are now having to wait longer, save longer, Some instances maybe 10 years to get their first home. That is a decade of lost equity. That is a decade of lost opportunity. It is a decade of sentencing people who want a home to a decade of rent. For millennials, for low and middle income families, it is a struggle to make the jump to home ownership at all. The average home in California already costs about 250% more than the national average. I had to reread my own notes. 250% more than the national average. And we know that only 30% of the people who live in California can afford to buy homes here. That's the consequence of what this bill adds to the problem of home ownership. This is making the problem worse, not better, and there is a rising tide of opposition that I think will be successful, and I think this bill will be defeated. I want to thank everybody for coming. We're going to have some individuals speak to us. I'm very grateful that they're here, taking the time out of a busy, busy day to let people know what is at stake. Mike Prandini is here from the Area Builders Association, and I'm so grateful for what they do as an association that's helped us. Mike is going to start the remarks from the people who are here from real estate and from home building, and will help to give you a better idea of really what is at stake here. Mike, thank you for coming.